You really thought you'd fool the cameras, didn't you? Officer Doyle's voice echoed through Terminal B of LAX, sharp and dripping with contempt. Caleb Morgan stood frozen, his Marine uniform crisp, his duffel bag at his feet. The crowd around him slowed, curious eyes drawn to the spectacle. A towering screen above replayed security footage, Caleb walking through the checkpoint, then bold red letters, alert, possible imposter. "I'm Staff Sergeant Caleb Morgan," he said steadily, though his heart pounded. Officer Carter snorted. "Sure you are. Paper says you're a hero, but you walk like a fraud." Cameras flashed. A child whispered, "Mommy, why are they yelling at the soldier?" But what Carter did next, made the entire terminal gasp. Carter yanked the old, worn envelope from Caleb's hand, the same letter he'd carried since boot camp, signed by his late mother, welcoming him home. Without hesitation, Carter ripped it apart, tossing the pieces onto the floor like garbage. "Your fake papers won't save you," Doyle sneered, stepping closer. "Turn around. Hands up." A wave of phones rose. The airport speakers crackled to life. "Attention all passengers, security lockdown in effect. Stay clear of Terminal B, possible imposter in military attire." Caleb's jaw clenched. His uniform, his badge, even the scar on his hand, all earned. But none of it mattered now. The eyes watching him didn't see a Marine. They saw a threat. What the crowd didn't know, was who else had been watching. Above the terminal, inside the airport's control office, Commander Lewis narrowed his eyes. His uniform bore more stripes than Caleb's, his nameplate gleamed, USMC. But it wasn't just duty that made him react, it was family. His daughter's husband, humiliated below, because of the color of his skin. Director Shaw hovered beside him, pale and sweating. "We're live on every screen, the press is watching." Lewis didn't blink. "Good. Let them." Downstairs, Officer Doyle shoved Caleb against a pillar, hard. "Kneel. You're not walking out until we get confirmation." The cameras zoomed in. And then, Lewis' voice thundered through the speakers. "Step away from him. Now." The crowd froze. The officers turned. On every giant screen, Commander Lewis' face filled the frame, cold and furious. "That man is Staff Sergeant Caleb Morgan. Marine. Combat decorated. And," his voice sharpened, "my family." Murmurs rippled. Caleb's eyes widened, surprise flickering beneath the humiliation. Doyle stammered, "Sir, protocol." "Your prejudice isn't protocol," Lewis cut him off. "Director Shaw." The airport director grabbed the mic. His voice shook. We apologize. To Sergeant Morgan. And to every service member watching." Doyle and Carter paled as the crowd's mood shifted. The screens replayed their actions. The accusations. The torn letter. But Caleb said nothing. His silence spoke volumes. The lockdown lifted. Security barriers retracted. Passengers stepped back, clearing a path. Caleb knelt briefly, gathering the tattered pieces of his mother's letter. His hands shook, but not with fear. With quiet defiance. As he stood, Lewis approached. "You okay?" Caleb met his gaze. "Been worse, sir." But they saw it. All of it. The crowd parted as Caleb walked toward his gate. A gate agent saluted. A janitor gave a knowing nod. No applause. No loud cheers. But respect finally settled into the air. The overhead screen dimmed. Caleb whispered, just loud enough, "They finally saw who I really am." The terminal fell silent. Caleb Morgan's story isn't just about uniforms or titles, it's about dignity that no prejudice can erase. Today, they tore his letter, but they couldn't tear his truth. And for every young person watching, wondering if silence means weakness, remember, presence speaks louder than anger. If this racist story moved you, subscribe now for more powerful stories like Caleb's. And tell us below, have you ever seen quiet strength change a room?